You all know what I need to do again sometime? Another commentary bitch fight? Luckily, I have the videos in question. Aren't I just lucky? Bitch fight! Wait. Stop. I'm sorry, but why do I need this intro again? I've rebranded my channel a bit to where I don't have to use these kinds of intros anymore. Yeah, you do have a point. But I'm still not using it, though. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Commentary Bitch Fight series, a side series of the A363MTR Commentate series. Like with the original series, I take a look at someone's video and debunk their points or give them my perspective towards the matter, but the added twist is that I'll be covering 2 or more videos of the same topic. I will either be covering 2 videos that cover the same video, or I'll be covering the videos that are within the same degree chain. I'll be your host for today's show, A363MTR, here to kick some ass because I got you back, and we have 3 videos to cover today, so let's get started.
Cause I miss you. And I need you.
So, Thundercats. It's a TV show back in the 1980s that- oh. Wait. I've already kinda did the same intro in my 23rd commentary. Oops. Well, to sum up the actual topic at hand, Thundercats got itself another reboot that's coming out in 2019, and many people were upset over that. One of these reasonings was because of the reboot that aired in 2011 that got prematurely cancelled. That's really the overall gist of things. Now to the actual videos at hand. So for the episode of the Commentary Bitch Fight, I'll be looking at multiple videos that are within the same degree chain. If you're new to this is where one person makes the video, then another person covers that video via a commentary/response video. And what I'll be doing is that I'll be covering all 3 of these videos at the same time. For this episode, there's 3 videos in total. So with that being said, let's meet one of our subjects in question. Person A is NintendoTV64. A user who joined in July the 8th, 2010. One thing that he'll be constantly be whining about if I don't even mention this is that back then, he made some various clips as well as video game clips, some random footages taken from a camera/phone, and YouTube poops. Then after a 6-year hiatus due to computer-related issues, it'll be explained further on, he's now making some voice clip videos as well as some opinion videos, a DVD collection video, his trip to Peru last year, and then some other things I might be missing. Oh well. One of the videos that we'll be concentrating today is his reaction/rant on the Thundercats Roar trailer. He'll be degree number 0. Then we have Himoutu Chara, a person that A, I have no idea if I pronounced their name right, so I apologize in advance, and B, a person that I've previously covered in my 5th quickie. She covered that video and will be degree number 1. Then finally, NintendoTV64 comes back and does a response to her video. Apparently, it's a reaction video? I'll be talking to you about that later on then. Anyways, he'll also be degree number 2. Then I come in and wreck this entire degree chain. Who's right and who's wrong? You'll be the judge of that, but I'm here to give my side of the argument. Before I get into the avatars, I'll be making a quick disclaimer here and say that there will be a lot of skipping, both on my end, NintendoTV64's end, and Himoutu's end. So due to this, what I'll be doing is that I'll be placing in the timestamps at the top left of the screen instead of having a bunch of skipping cards. That, and considering that I'm covering multiple videos in the same degree chain, it might be confusing if I do place in the skipping cards. Those timestamps will be in correlations to the degree markers at the bottom left of the screen. Otherwise, whenever I'm covering NintendoTV64's rant, I'll be using Gumball because I've already used him once via in the same topic, so I might as well use him again. You know, for consistency. Whenever I'm covering Himoutu, I'll be using Mordecai, and whenever I'm covering NintendoTV64's response, I'll be using Lemmy Koopa. And those 2 is because since Gumball is now my main avatar, I might as well use my other 2 main avatars too. That, and I haven't really used Lemmy Koopa in a while. He's being neglected, and I feel sorry for my poor little boy.
Don't do it. Don't eat my face. Do not eat my
You ate his face? Hey everyone, it's me, NintendoTV64.
Oh my god, your face is too close to my personal space bubble. I feel violated right now. Yes, 911? I have a stalker that's breathing down my neck.
And today, I'll be doing a reaction video to someone's reaction video on my Thundercats Roar 2018 rant video.
I'm sorry, what? Reaction video? Dude, I think you got it confused. A reaction video is when someone is watching the video, usually their first time, and gives out the reactions to the video. Himoutu's video, on the other hand, is what is considered as a commentary video, as she's given out her own viewpoints and or opinions within the video, usually after watching it a few times. This video that you're watching right now is also what is known as a commentary video, since I'm giving out my input on a topic. In fact, one could also argue that the video that you've made against Himoutu is also a commentary video, since you've obviously had problems with Chara's response. Just saying.
The user in question decided to make a video roasting me about my Thundercats Roar rant video.
Oh boy. I think you might be new to our niche little genre then. Yeah, welcome to the commentary community, where we debunk someone's point and or give out criticism within the video to help people improve. It's mainly within YouTube videos, but it can also be related to articles and whatnot. So, with that being said, roasting? Dude, I think you give us too much credit here. Even with us roasting another YouTuber, we usually want to give feedback and help people improve, and Himoutu is no exception. This hostility came out of nowhere, and I don't know why you think that we're here to take a dump on your rant on Thundercats Roar.
Hello everyone, and today's target is NintendoTV64.
Okay, now hold up. What the fuck did I ever do to you, bitch? Why the hell are you going after me for? I mean, making a rant about someone is one thing, but making a rant about someone who did nothing to you is just uncalled for. Give me a fucking break. What the fuck did I ever do to you, bitch?
No. Cut me off. Oh my god. What did I just listen to? Did you just decide to call her a bitch all because she made a video on you? Oh my. I think you're in for a rude awakening. In all seriousness, you do realize that she was trying to criticize you for the better, right? You have to understand. What you do on the internet will be open for discussion, and sometimes there will be people out there who will criticize what you do. Now, whether or not these criticisms are valid is a completely different topic, but if you're going to act like that when someone wants to give you feedback or something, which may I remind you that they're trying to help you instead of pushing you around, then don't expect a nice response from someone if you're going to keep acting like this. Oh, and by the way, this is spoils alert. The insults gets worse from here. The most that I'll do is try to make a joke about it, but I'll try not to repeat myself in a serious tone.
A user who posts audio clips of various Nintendo games, including Super Smash Bros., and sometimes talks his opinion on stuff.
So, who cares if I talk my opinion on stuff and post Smash Bros. Audio clips? That's my own fucking business, you jackass. Seriously, keep your nose out of other people's business and I might actually respect you.
She was trying to introduce you to the audience and who you are so that the audience doesn't get lost on who she's covering. Ever heard of an intro statement before?
And I know this video is kinda old, but it is his newer rant excluding the Mario Aces Tennis.
That would be Mario Tennis Aces. Get your fucking grammar fixed.
Grammar? Really now? Based on only the title? Okay then. Like, I'll agree with you and say that what Himoutu said wasn't right. However, that's not really a grammar mistake. That's just getting her information wrong, or even she flubbed up during recording and didn't catch on. Which, if that were to be the case, then it would be a good idea to double check your audio and see if you don't have those mistakes before you make your video public. You see? I'm trying to provide her some useful criticisms on how to improve. Maybe you could do the same thing then.
Hey there everyone, my name's Lion-O.
Okay, 3 seconds into the video, and there's already problems. You're recording this on a computer screen with your phone.
Actually, I was recording this. I recorded that video using my, Lumix camera that I got for Christmas, not my phone camera. So, first of all, you made a complete mistake by saying I used my phone. I mean, I know recording the screen is a bit lazy, but I'm not that fucking lazy.
Cool, that's great. I'll even say that Himoutu is assuming stuff about what device you're using to record it with, so I'll agree with you on that front. However, that's not her point, especially if you would at least let her finish. She was mainly talking about how recording this with something and then pointing it at your computer shows some sort of laziness into it. And while I wouldn't necessarily say that it's laziness, as later on he'll explain to us about his issues, even if I may or may not have an issue with his reasonings, it is unprofessional with how you've done it.
Which shows laziness to download a editing software.
Also, can I just say something? It's not like I wanted to have this kind of situation where I record the computer screen with my camera. You see, I got this computer way back for my birthday in 2013 after my old PC, which actually had a video editing program on it, Windows Movie Maker. Yes, I know Windows Movie Maker is shitty, but just bear with me. That computer, that actually had a lot of programs on it that I could use and I could download videos on, that computer broke. So I have no choice but to record the screen with my phone, with my camera.
So, you didn't ask your parents if you can have an editing software for something like Christmas or your next birthday. I mean, some of the cheaper ones, if they allow it to be stored onto your Chromebook, is about like $60, I would say. I'll actually wait until later on for possibly another program that you could use, but I'm highly skeptical about you saying it's the only thing that I could do.
Seriously, who the fuck do you think you're talking to if you just assume that I did this because I'm lazy? It's not like I wanted to do this. I have no choice. There's no apps on the Google App Store that I can use to download videos.
I mean, sure, there's no apps that you can use, but KeepFit or SaveFrom.net might help you out with downloading videos onto your Chromebook. There's plenty of other options that you could do instead. And if your parents say that you can't do that, then
Serious answer.
maybe get a job and buy a computer or ask your parents for one that isn't a Chromebook, because I feel like as if this product that you have isn't compatible for making videos. Also, and hey, maybe this isn't a problem that your parents may have, but a problem that you might have. Maybe say to them that you won't get viruses from downloading videos as long as you don't click on the ads, because I never got a virus from downloading videos when doing my videos.
Sassy answer.
I'm so sorry that they have to restrict your life choices like that. You need to become your own independent woman!
Which can be helped by a simple Google search.
Did you not hear what I just said?
You do realize that you're talking to the video right now, meaning that she actually couldn't hear us towards what you said.
I can dream, Harold!
I said that I checked on the Google App Store, and while there are a few video editing programs on there, they don't exactly help me that much. I had to use the trial version of WeVideo because I'm not wasting my goddamn money on the upgraded version. My parents don't have that kind of income, and I sure as hell don't. Really, what kind of idiot do you think I am?
Well, have you tried OpenShot? That's a free editor that you can use. But I've already tried that and it didn't help me. Jeez, just calm down. I was only trying to give you some advice here. Now that you've tried it, so don't pretend that we should know about how you were bored. Actually, better question, if you have tried OpenShot, then why is it bad to begin with? Like, that I would like to know, because part of me thinks that if my assumption is correct, but correct me if I'm wrong here, You're just making excuses out of nowhere here, especially if you went so far out of trouble for getting a trial version of the program that you have right now. Also, that last statement kind of bothered me a bit. What kind of idiot do you think I am? She didn't know about some of the stuff that you had issues with, and while it's probably best to at least cover your tracks just a bit further and again don't assume stuff, she wasn't trying to make you look like an idiot simply because she was only going off of what kind of information that she had at the time. And, well, again, criticisms and stuffs. Oh, and before anybody calls me out with the two phrases, don't assume stuff, and she was only going off of what she had at the time. Well, sure, she did her best when it comes towards trying to cover her tracks. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough. For example, she missed a key detail of potentially why did he record this with the camera, instead think up of some alternative motive, such as maybe get another laptop/desktop that can easily make videos off of it.
And I looked into your channel, and the videos with the Wii Video watermark, and it makes you more lazy because you have a editor.
Okay, first of all, who the fuck cares if I use the trial version of Wii Video? Like I just said, I'm not able to afford the upgraded version, the full version. So I have no choice but to use the trial version with the watermark. It's my own fucking business.
No, you've missed what her point was. She was saying that recording via camera/phone is more lazy than using an editor, as heard from the previous statements. And in this section of her interjection over here, she was showing that you have a trial version of that said editor, so she wasn't saying, until later on that is that you have no excuse to not use your editor instead.
Second of all, you clearly haven't seen any of my very old videos from when I started my channel. Back when I had my own computer, my old PC, that is. I actually used Windows Movie Maker. Again, it's not the best option, but bear with me. And I actually put fucking effort into my videos. If you go back in my old channel, you can clearly see that my older videos have actual downloaded footage I got off of YouTube.
Oh, this argument. I remember now. I remember when he uses that a few more times. Nice to know that you like to repeat your points. Time passes by, and one could argue that you might have regressed in quality instead of something else. Especially since the jump between potentially when your computer broke and when you started uploading videos again was at around a 6-year gap. Even then, from the looks of things, you're still pointing your camera at a TV or at other things, and some of the videos were just random clips from video games, cartoons, or commercials. Sure, there's your YouTube poops, but most of it was just, well, junk for the context of your interjection, especially since some of your clips also tend to be on the shorter side, so it didn't really help out all that much.
I'm not as lazy as you think, bastard.
Yes, let the hate flow within you. Let the evil come out and show us who you truly are. Let the bias consume you.
I'm sorry, I think I've gotten crazy back there. I have no idea as to why that happened.
And you don't use it. But maybe the trial version of Wii Video have a time limit of how much of the video can be exported.
And yes, it does. For that matter, for your information, the trial version of Wii Video actually does have a time limit. 5 minutes. Why else do you think I upload Nintendo voice clips? Because full songs or dialogue from other games are much longer than the simple yahoos and yippies of the Mario series. I have to keep it as simple as possible because I can't afford the goddamn full version. Seriously, do some fucking research before you roast me, dumbass.
Wait, you can't do longer voiceovers and songs because of a 5-minute gap? aren't songs mostly at around 3 minutes anyways? And even then, when it comes towards voice clips alone, you can also just split the clips down into different parts instead, so it doesn't have to be in this one big video. So why exactly should it be in this one big video? I mean, I know that's a different kind of video, but you were able to split your Super Smash Bros. Brawl 10th anniversary down to 2 parts, so why can't you do that with the voice clips then? Also, to be fair, this was kind of a pointless interjection because although you did confirm that your editor did have that time limit for you, she was, guess what? Covering her tracks towards whether or not it happens.
Which there are ways to go around the system. You can post parts of the video as a unlisted video, so the download site can download the videos, and use an editor on your computer to patch it all together.
Actually, Himoutu, this doesn't really make any sense. Even with you not knowing the time limit on his editor, if there was a time limit, wouldn't it be better to just get a different editor based on how you can't go beyond a certain time limit? Like, did you not actually think this through? And even if you say to get another editor, wouldn't it be a lot more simpler to just use that other editor for editing then? Unless if the editor that has the time limit has more room for you to edit than the other one, then that's fine, I guess. But it still doesn't really make any sense to go through that huge legwork for you to make the video full by then. And if for some reason that you did mention another editor, then be more clear next time, even if you said use an editor to patch it all up.
And I'm the star of a new show called Thundercats Roar.
What in God's name is this?
I'm sorry. That was funny to me. Like, did you not read the title? It literally says what it is.
That was a rhetorical question, Himoutu. Get with the times, Himoutu. Don't make me question my sanity again, Himoutu!
Actually, did you not even hear what I was saying? When I said, what the fuck is this? I wasn't literally asking what it was. That was a rhetorical question. I was being sarcastic because as I knew what it was, and I just couldn't believe that something like that even existed. Do you even know what sarcasm is, you dense motherfucker? Seriously, did you even hear how I said, what the fuck is this? I wasn't asking it in curiosity, I was asking it rhetorically, dumbass.
Yes. Let the hate flow with you even more. I will make sure that you won't get yourself hurt anymore. Come, let me lend you my chakra, and I will make sure that...
Ugh. I'm sorry, I've apparently been role-playing for some weird reason. I think it's because of the Naruto fanfictions I've been reading about via the Ginger Keys. I gotta stop and smell the roses someday. In all seriousness, again, I will agree with you that it was a rhetorical question since you are trying to make a statement rather than to elect information. How is this exactly sarcasm? I mean, you're not trying to use the irony to mock or convey contempt, so I don't even think that you're using it right. Even if for some weird reason that it was sarcasm, then your voice didn't really help out with the inflections of it. Then again, I am doing a commentary on someone who apparently knows grammar, so of course it would make sense for you to know about sarcasm. And that Nintendo TV64 is one of my running jokes of this entire channel. And also how to use sarcasm a bit in an exaggerated way. Now get good.
Wait, you don't know what a Thundercat is? Well, let's start small. I'm a Thundercat, and this is my magic slicing stick.
No, it's not. What the fuck is this shit? Like, you go from the badass 2011 Thundercats series to this god-awful reboot.
Oh no, boo-hoo, somebody call the ambulance. Like, can you not at least give the show a try? It hasn't even came out yet, and for you to already make a judgment call on this show pretty much proves to me that you're not thinking this thoroughly. By the way, I'm foreshadowing towards something that I'll save later on. Don't worry, Nintendo TV64. I got yes covered.
Like, this isn't right. I mean, you fucked up so many franchises in the past, Cartoon Network, with your god-awful reboots. Teen Titans Go, Powerpuff Girls 2016, Wabbit, a Looney Tunes production, but this is one franchise that you have no right to butcher.
Well, why? Is it because they want to go with a change of direction to make it a comedy? So far, and note the word so far, you haven't explained to us in the original video other than, I don't like the reboots that CN gives us. So I was only assuming that's because of, well, that reasoning. Either that, or especially with the statement, you have no right to butcher this franchise, it just seems that you might be an elitist fanboy of the earlier incarnations of Thundercats. I mean, hey, even if it isn't the case, it just comes off as that, so maybe just tone it down a bit with the bias here.
The 2011 Thundercats series was amazing, and yet you follow it up with this crap? And you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created.
Oh my god, did you actually bring religion into this? What? Hold on. I think I just need a break. I just really need a break right now.
What is wrong with this world?
Okay, apparently we've reached so low that we're having to debate religion in this video, so I might as well. The worst part? I'm an actual atheist. So if there really is a God, then why even ask this question? More than likely, God will think that it's fine to make a show as long as it doesn't disrupt people's beliefs, and you shouldn't have to question us towards why God is still up in heaven for something that you personally think that sucks. I mean, how exactly do you know that God hates this show? How do you know that it goes against anything with your religion? In fact, does the 2011 reboot and the original 1980s Thundercats goes against the religion that you practice too? This whole thing doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and I'm questioning your sanity from now on if you're gonna bring religion up again.
Fuck you, Cartoon Network.
Oh. So you using insult slash petty jab slash curse words doesn't end in the response to Himoutu. It's also in this video. Hang on. I think I need another cigarette. This is getting way out of hand for me.
You know, I should really come up with a better habit if I'm getting this angry with the video.
I grew up watching Thundercats. My older brothers were super into it. I watched a bunch of it when I was a kid, and...
No, you didn't, asshole.
I guess I'm gonna call you asshole for no reason. Just like you are doing right now.
Right now! Look who's talking, motherfucker. Seriously, why do you care if I call the creators of this travesty an asshole?
Because A, your bias is showing, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to call the cops on you again for public indecency, and B, it doesn't help me, or even Himoutu in this case, take you seriously. The fact that throughout this entire chain so far that you've been calling companies the producer of Thundercats Roar and Himoutu a bitch, dumbass, motherfucker, etc. shows that you're getting your emotions get the best of you in this video, and it's best if you don't even try to do that. That and, it's unnecessary, especially if you want someone to respond to you in a better manner than what you're doing.
That's my business and my business alone. When he says, even if he claims he grew up watching the original Thundercats, just because he has merchandise of it doesn't mean he actually grew up watching it.
I'm gonna come back to this point in just a few.
But in all seriousness, this is behind the scenes. so they're usually not scripted.
Neither are my videos, honey.
I feel like as if I'm being violated due to the term honey, even with not being directed at me. Like, don't actually say that, it just comes off as you being creepy. Also, yet again with the pointless interjections. This wasn't directed towards you, she was just explaining that the producer of the show is going unscripted, meaning that, actually, I'll let her finish this point because you just decided to cut her off mid-point.
And honest when talking about the show, and why would you think that he didn't grow up with Thundercats, even though so far there is the VHS cases, a replica sword, and a figurine of a character from the original 80s show.
Like I just said, just because he has merchandise from the 80s show doesn't mean he actually watched the original show. Like, he probably just grabbed that shit as soon as he began making the 2018 version. Hell, who knows if he even saw the 80s version, let alone the 2011 version. I didn't assume that he didn't grow up watching it. I know for a damn fact he didn't grow up watching it because he only bought that shit just to shit all over it. Like, cut me a break.
You wanna know something? I just love for the fact that you've complained to Himoutu about not assuming stuff, and then here you go assuming stuff. The worst part? You've claimed it as a fact. Yeah, hypocrisy doesn't make you wrong, but that's not even my actual point. I just find that to be funny, really. Actually, this is an issue that I have with the original rant too, so excuse me while I switch up my avatars for this interjection. How exactly do you know that he didn't watch it? In fact, how do you know that he just brought these stuff in and then never watches them? If you're gonna provide something that's a fact, actually bring up evidence to support your claim. Otherwise, people are going to assume that you're just a conspiracy theorist on the internet that just spouts out nonsense.
And sort of stuck with me for a long time. I think that the world that they built lends itself really well to comedy because of how...
Yeah, Thundercats a comedy. Cartoon Network, let me ask you something. Does making every single one of your shows a comedy with the same exact art style, well, deformed art style with annoying characters and random fast-paced humor, and inserting forced memes and twerking into your reboots and butchering your old series, does that really seem like a good idea to you? Because if it is, then fuck you, Cartoon Network. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ouchie, Villikers! I'm going to destroy this point here. Well, not entirely, but just the main ones I want to talk about.
Does making every single one of your shows a comedy?
I mean, you kinda have to understand that this is a fad of not just Cartoon Network, but with other kids programming such as Nickelodeon and Disney. Like I said towards Red Wolf in my 23rd commentary, you want a strict animation show in the network or something, because even if it's a comedy show, you can also have some actions in the show too. And even when it comes towards reboots too, Nickelodeon and Disney have reboots that are also a comedy. Why is Cartoon Network the main thing to get upset about when it comes towards the reboots? Actually, I might have an answer for that, but I prefer to hear your answer first.
And then inserting force memes and twerking into your shows.
Oh. So we're doing this then, huh? Okay. So, context time. In the Powerpuff Girls reboot, where in one of the episodes where everyone is extremely happy by force, the two girls were seen twerking in one of the scenes. However, you can see as towards how Buttercup was absolutely disgusted by that scene, which makes it, you guessed it, not okay. Further context, this clip that I'll be showing you here.
It's party time!
So with the whole twerking bit, I don't really get it towards why you're complaining about that.
Yep, guess it does.
Yeah.
I don't get it, Cartoon Network. Why do you keep making these god-awful reboots?
Money!
Actually, yeah, that's the main thing about it, especially when they come towards toy merchandising or whatnot. If those sell, then they'll make more of them to the point where CN might have a slot for an original show. Scenarios.
Why else would they still be there after so many complaints for the channel from people on the internet who hates reboots just because it's a reboot?
Okay, well, although that this is a nitpick, but a reasonable nitpick about something points-wise, the only issue that I have with this interjection is that you could have just elaborated towards why it's a thing instead of just saying, why else would they air it? It might help get out a better answer and help understand the situation better. Other than that, like I said, I completely agree with you on that.
Also, to be completely honest, I'm not a fucking hater of reboots. I just hate it when reboots that have no love to the source material are made. Like, take a look at Friendship is Magic. That's a great reboot of a show that in its original incarnation was actually pretty god-awful. Well, but Thundercats Roar is a complete insult to the original show. You think I don't know? Well, that they only made that for money. Like, Cartoon Network thinks they're a goddamn toy company, for crying out loud.
Sure, they're not a toy company, but you also do have to understand that if the toys don't sell well, then there's really no show. Heck, talking about the 2011 Thundercats reboot, why else do you think that the 2011 version didn't go well? Because they didn't have that much to sell, as well as not having a bunch of viewerships too. That, and I think they have made an agreement with a crappy toy company or something like that. I don't know. I did heard though that it was either because they didn't get a deal with a toy company or that they did, but it was a crappy toy company that had all of the pieces falling apart easily. In fact, in relation to that, Symbionic Titan is another example of this, as the show was canceled due to not having a contract in with the toy company. And yeah, there's also about the whole rumor with the time slots too, but we don't really 100% know if that's really the overall case or if it helped its demise.
You think I didn't know that, jackass? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, you're tempting me to become Kurama again and make a horrible running gag about you letting your hate out being filtered in this video. I can do that again if you want me to. The worst part, however, is that this avatar really doesn't fit me at all.
Just so disappointed in you, Cartoon Network. These reboots are unacceptable.
Oh my god, the face is back! It's too close to my personal space! Stay back, I say! Stay back! The power of Krish compels you! The power of Krish—
You should honestly be ashamed of yourself for butchering all of your beloved properties like this. But this is where you have crossed the line, Cartoon Network. This is, without a doubt, the worst reboot you've ever made.
Worst reboot you've ever made. Hasn't released an episode yet. Hey, how's Judging the Books cover going along for you?
Hopefully in 2019 you can stop doing this shit. But no, you'll never learn, Cartoon Network, because you're run by a bigot asshole, Christina Miller, who thinks that these kind of shitty reboots are what kids want to see. Like, she really needs to be fired.
Oh, great. We got ourselves another Christina Miller hater. Just what I need. So, wanting to have someone get fired over some mistakes, or in this case, some opinions that probably have nothing of value to her eyes, really. And yes, I did say opinions because of how it's just really your own opinion on the matter via on the internet, that she decides to make for the better of the company financially is going to help the network. Like, are you really that insensitive? I personally don't think that she's the worst CEO of Cartoon Network. And even with it due to the reboots that she greenlit, I highly doubt that she did something else that would consider her to be fired on the spot. She's not perfect per se, I'm not gonna deny that, but I wouldn't consider her to be the worst ones out there. Besides, like I said in my 23rd commentary, Stu Snyder greenlit the Problem Solvers. Again, your argument is invalid. Now sure, I'm arguing something that's basically opinionated with another thing that's opinionated, but it doesn't help for the fact that you're blaming one person and wanting to fire someone when it's really the multiple people's decisions on the matter.
And yes, I know that this is Warner Bros. Who's responsible for this shitty-ass reboot, but they were also behind Teen Titans Go! Like, it's not fair, Cartoon Network, that you have to do this shit all the time. I'm expecting this reboot to bomb the instant it airs. Like, this is not a good way to follow up the 2011 version. That show was badass, but this is just cringe.
Of course it wouldn't be a rant on a Cartoon Network reboot without the person saying cringe, because they say so. That argument is overused as a condom being used 2 times for 5 days in a row.
What the fuck does that even mean? All I said was that the reboot was cringeworthy, as in it actually makes me cringe just by looking at it. I didn't say that just to be cool or just sound like PewDiePie or whatever. I said that because it really is that unholy of a reboot.
That unholy of a reboot. Unholy. Oh god, no, not religion again! Himoutu was saying that the argument, it's cringy, is overused simply because of how people always say that every time without looking into a thesaurus and looking up different words. Even with you saying, it's not because I want to be like PewDiePie, you could have come up with a better word other than cringe. However, Himoutu, let's be fair on NintendoTV64 sent here. I've never heard him use the word except maybe once in the original video, and that once was us already knowing where it is. So part of me does think just a bit that you're making the problem a bit more than it really is. The part of me thinks that if he only used it based on moderation, then what's the big problem of it? Besides, who here used the word lazy more than when describing the situation in the video? And I just decided to use the hypocrisy makes you wrong without any sort of substance other than just calling her out again, didn't I? Well, time to slowly kill myself.
And the worst part is that this actually does slowly kill me. Remember kids, smoking kills!
Final thoughts? This video is probably the worst video I've covered on this channel, mainly because it is just lazy, and you just saying things people want to hear so people can automatically agree with your points, even though they can be easily debunked.
You know, it just hit me. You're only saying this because you think I'm too stupid to actually make a decent video. Well, if I haven't made it clear enough, I used to make great videos back in the early days before my old computer broke. That's why I'm stuck doing this kind of method now.
Alright, using that argument again, I see. Let me bring up a new argument then. You do realize that it's not just the editing that she had a huge issue with, but also more towards your points on the matter, right? Like, did you not even pay attention towards the second part of her argument in that section?
If you think I'm that lazy, then you need to take a lesson in fucking grammar. Like, you didn't even get my name, the N in my username capitalized.
Wow, okay, somebody's nitpicking to the upteenth degree. Nice to know that, then. Hold Grandma Hadal!
And you're saying I'm lazy. I mean, my videos aren't the most professional looking, but if you go into your channel and just look at your fucking videos...
Spoils! He doesn't do that, he just does this instead.
At least I actually know how to spell DeviantArt. It is not spelled like that, you stupid, stupid bitch.
Why do you hate me so? Also, I'm not Himoutu or anything, but can one argue that she may have done that on purpose? I know that there are times where people tend to misspell things on purpose, maybe to tell someone that they're random or something like that. I know that's the case for me. Sometimes I put the letter Z/Z whenever I type out stuff, such as Stevs, because I felt like it. Or maybe... just maybe, considering the fact that she speaks Spanish in some of her videos via one of her characters, maybe this isn't her first language or something? Look, we don't really know if that's the overall case, so maybe line up on that, please? Oh hey there, I'm A363MTR from the future. I'm here to tell you that everybody's actually sick at the moment. We've all got the cold. I've infected everyone with my illness. Go me. No, but actually I wanted to make a note for the fact that while making this point, I wanted to actually try to see us towards whether or not if instead of making my point based on pure assumptions, I actually would have proof on the matter. Not only that, but I wanted to see if what I said was actually true, then my point would hold a lot more water. So I've asked her one simple question. Well, actually two, but one of them isn't important for the context of this point. It's just me wondering as to what her avatar was. I've asked her as towards whether or not if she accidentally made the spelling mistake of DeviantArt or if she purposely made that mistake. I think while I had the script finished, I didn't get a response back from her, so I would just roll with my original point that I had and did a recording session with not only this video, but with 2 other co-ops that'll be up on my channel sometime soon. And then she responded. When asked about whether or not if it was an accident, she admitted that it was. So, fair point on your end, but that doesn't negate the fact that you're unfairly criticizing her on your spelling mistake. However, she also said, and I quote, "I decided to keep it as a joke." So really, my point mostly stands. Now sure, on your end, she did make a spelling mistake on the word DeviantArt, but on my end, she actually kept it up on purpose for the overall purpose of a joke. This further proves my original point as towards how you're unfairly criticizing her over something that she kept it on purpose. Anyways, I just wanted to point something out. Here's the rest of the commentary uninterrupted. However, let's pretend for the fact that, without contacting her, English is her first language and that she's lazy when it comes towards writing in general. If we're going to be doing this whole thing, then I just found something. So, I didn't notice until I've decided to go into one of the segments when scripting this, but if you really want to go ahead and say that her spelling sucks, then you should check yours then. I'll give you a hint when it comes towards the title of your video. That O in the end of Himoutu? That's not supposed to be an O. That's supposed to be a U. Here's the evidence if you want to take a look by comparison. Look, I'm not saying that you're wrong in this, nor am I saying that you being a hypocrite makes you wrong. It's mainly more about how you got your head up in your own butt so far deep in this nitpick to the point where I honestly think that you should be the one who's talking. Don't even dare state that she makes more than you do, because it doesn't disprove my point in the slightest about how you're nitpicking to the 18th degree. Here's the worst part of all of this. It gets worse.
Seriously, who do you think you are calling me out on the videos I like to make? I mean, at least my videos aren't completely ridiculous looking and don't have blatant spelling errors. Like, really, where the fuck is the apostrophe between the N and T and shouldn't? The fuck spells this shit like that? Really, you're that fucking stupid. Like, you're much lazier than I am. So don't you dare call me out for my videos, when your videos are probably lazier than anything I've ever seen.
Probably lazier than I've ever seen. I haven't watched any of her other videos, as evidence show by no red bars on the bottom of her thumbnails of her videos except for the one that he just watched. Yeah, you did state probably, but I'm surprised that you didn't make cover judging your job yet. Actually, let me bring up a bigger issue. Did you just decide to make a hypocrisy makes you wrong argument? Further context, did you just decide to say that her videos are probably bad because she's lazy with her spelling? Therefore, your videos are probably better than hers is? Like, dude, I was trying to make a joke about this argument being dumb. Don't actually use it to disprove her with that. Like, Jesus, do you want me to make a crappy and edgier version of myself and my own commentaries from now on? Anyways, I'm making one more interjection here, but be warned though. His face is close to the camera. Again!
She clearly doesn't know anything about my older videos, back when I used to make YouTube poops and that sort of shit. And she clearly doesn't know that I just posted video footage from my vacation in Puerto Rico yesterday.
Okay, so let's do some common knowledge here. Her video was uploaded on July the 11th, 2018. Your response to her was on August the 7th, 2018. You've said that you've posted the vacation videos yesterday, but just in case, I've checked the first video from your vacation to Peru, and what do you know, it was posted on August the 1st, 2018. So, that is true. I'm sorry, but why is this even relevant? Her video on you was uploaded, then your vacation videos was uploaded afterwards. Why should this be a valid claim of evidence when you haven't posted that on your channel yet? And I just want to be done. Let's just stop here. But before I start, let's take a commercial nitpick break first, shall we?
I can explain.
So, this is Nitpick Break, a section of the video where I talked about, well, a nitpick. Whether or not the user in question would like to take what was said here, I just think that it might be best for me to state it here. And as you can tell, my avatar for this section is Mordecai, so I think that we should know as towards who should be directed towards. Hi Himoutu. We meet again. So, there's a section in which case I've actually skipped, and that's with the intro skit of Himoutu's video. So, let's take a look at that then, shall we?
Alright, the co-op was a fucking disaster. Hopefully I can recover by doing a commentary. Hey, what's this? NintendoTV64, Cartoon Network, Holy shit! I forgot I was making that video. Fuck! I guess that co-op made me forget about this. Curse you, terrible memory!
So, I don't really 100% know if I noticed this in your co-op with Frosty Bomb earlier when I've done the quickie on you, but I've just realized this here. Can I just say that I really don't like your acting here? Like, the thing about it, which is kind of hard for me to describe and kind of hard to say on how to fix it, is the fact that it seems like your acting is kinda awkward and forced. I understand that you're still a kid or whatnot, but it doesn't help that I wasn't necessarily sold onto it. I think the best case scenario is to try to put some more emotions into it, maybe, or try to do the same line over and over again to the point where you should check and see if the acting's better in one section or another. Anyways, that's it for the nitpick break. But we're not done yet, aren't we?
I can explain.
Yeah, as a major surprise, this is another segment I have called Runaway Tangents. This is where I bring in something that may or may not necessarily be related exactly within the video at hand, but instead as a person or within another video or even from other places too. And as you can tell, I'm using Gumball as an avatar, so you guys will know that this part is towards Nintendo's TV64 end. Mainly towards his reaction on Thundercats' Roar. So, earlier on in my commentary, I've said to at least give the show a chance. However, there was one important detail that I've been keeping from you guys until right now. You see, looking back in your original video, there was one part of the description that really bugged me, and that's with this sentence. Yeah, I know that if I said to you, at least wait until it comes out, you'll probably say to me, I did, and you're a dense person for not noticing that, so I got you covered. Anyways, the sentence was, and I quote, "And before you say, give it a chance, don't judge before watching, I've tried to give CN the benefit of the doubt and let this slide, but not anymore." How? Did you at least give some of the other reboots a chance then? Why is this the one instance where you know that you've said, I can't take a chance with this one anymore, I have to not support this, even though that I won't give it a fair chance here? Couldn't you maybe try to get a feel of at least one episode or two and see as to whether or not if it might be right for you? Because that's a possibility for you. Like, you're being absolutely stubborn about this. Actually, while I'm looking at the descriptions of videos, hi Himoutu, I'm here to give you something again. So, can I ask you about your overall disclaimer that you have at your description? In fact, can I also check your disclaimer for your video on Cubed Free Rose too? For the commentary on Nintendo TV64, you said, and I quote, "I'm not responsible for the harassment the people who I cover on this channel, and the link in the description is only for fact-checking if I'm wrong and or to view the full video." Then in your Cubed Free Rose commentary, you said, "I'm not responsible for the harassment the user gets. It's the harasser's fault for doing it." I mean, in technicalities, you're not wrong about how some fans can be jerks, but I really think that brings up an issue that puts into place. It sounds like as if you're not putting some of the blame on yourself. Like, you need to understand that you could be accounted for when someone makes a response that's hateful via in the comment/video towards the person that you're covering, and you couldn't try to at least prevent it in a way. To quote from the comment left on your Nintendo TV64 commentary by Dual Taku, which thanks, by the way, I didn't realize that it was an issue. Saying that I'm not responsible does end up making you responsible due to there being a lack of communication. Alright, so the both of the segments are now officially done. Now the only thing for me to do is do the whole final thoughts. So to start things off, I'm going to address this to Himoutu first. Out of every video in the chain, yours is not the worst. In fact, yours is the best. In fact, this video is actually better than your co-op with Frosty Bomb. That's how bad your co-op was. But don't threat 2, this is also how much you've improved a bit. So one thing I want to see some changes besides the nitpick that I've pointed out is probably not to assume some stuff. While although that making hypotheticals or whatnot can help you with your points, you do need to understand that you kind of have to go with this with an open mind while at the same time being 100% factually correct. In other words, you need to cover your bases just a bit more if you want to assume someone, because you might forget an important detail. I feel like as if you do that, then you won't have as many holes within your overall plans. Other than maybe to double check on your stuff, that's really all I have to say to you at the moment. I'm actually kind of glad for the fact that this video showed me that you're still able to better yourself. We should hit up on Discord sometime. I think you might be a chill person or something like that. Now we come to Nintendo TV64. Boy, am I excited for it. So, let me go ahead and say this. I normally don't go and evaluate someone's character/personality or whatnot, but I feel like as if the both of us will not really get along as much. For starters, your original rant on Thundercats Roar. It shows that you were somewhat stubborn within the reboot and how you think, not know, but think, but pretending to know that the show will suck when yet we haven't even gotten the chance to hear him out yet. I like it when I at least give a fair shot instead of standing my ground at things simply because of the fact that I want to at least evaluate it with an open mind. You, on the other hand, are basing it off of pure emotions. And I don't really like that. In fact, I'm not going to play a clip for it, but if you have the free time, watch the 23rd commentary on my channel and check out my final thoughts. It really sums up the situation perfectly about what I really think about it. The worst part of the video was, surprisingly, not your opinion on the show itself nor your attitude about it, but mainly as towards how you've decided to bring up religion into this as a one-off thing. Trust me, I'm still really, in the best way to describe it, unsatisfied with the way that you've horseshoed it in. But you see here, your rant video actually wasn't the worst video. Nah. Your response to Himoutu was actually the worst of the bunch. In fact, I'll even dare say this to you right now. I won't say that it's the worst, but it's definitely one of the worst commentary videos I've ever saw in 2018 so far. And yes, I am indeed calling this video a commentary simply because that you were putting in your commentary in her video, even if you were also just reacting to this. While although I did laugh unironically with some of the insults I made towards Himoutu at first, it really did got worse from then on out. This really brings in the second and third reasons why I don't think that we'll get along, and that's with, well, your lack of acceptance of criticism as well as your inability to calm yourself in the video. You see, you've thrown insults to Himoutu's way when she was trying to give you feedback on how to make your videos better. And I personally don't want to deal with someone that will cover their ears and shout out, la 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 la, I'm not listening. The worst part about this video was the fact that you want people to think that we should know you loud and clear, when sometimes we don't have the time to do that, while other times we want to see some other viewpoints too. Not everyone would want to know about you, Nintendo TV64, so you shouldn't have to force people into thinking that we should. With all of that being said, I wouldn't necessarily say that you're a lost cause, but my first impressions on you is really tampered with how you've handled criticism. I want you to actually change your overall attitude than these two videos that you've made, so please prove me wrong after you look at this video. But for now, however, you get a punishment prize for making the worst video in the degree chain. Myself, but Kurama as an avatar. Tell us what he won! That's right! NintendoTV64, for making the worst video in this chain, you get yourself some hander pants! These hander pants will help keep your hands warm while you have the free fingers to cut an apple, text on your phone, become a cross-dresser and apply nail polish. You can even do normal typing like those with naked hands. And let's not forget that your hands will not be sensitive to nudity at all. This product is worth $11.95.
Hander pants, hander pants, hander pants.
Wait, this is an actual product? What? Okay, I didn't even know that existed. How bad is it I actually want these right now? Thank you all for watching this episode of the Commentary Bitch Fight. If you guys want to do some suggestions towards what I should do a commentary on next, then leave it down in the comment section below. Please don't post a video if the topic in question is a troll. The Google document link of the art that I've used in my videos via the avatar sets are linked down in the description below, as well as in the comment section below too. All of the art that was made is being credited to them and them only, as for the most part, I have not created the fan art nor the actual art of the avatar pictures I have used. There's a Patreon that I have some rewards and some other things on that site, so if you want to generously donate, then the link is also in the description. Also in the description is my Twitter, my Curious Cat, and the 2 group channels that I'm with, so check those out too. I've also made a Spotify playlist called Weekly Public Jams, where I take mostly dance music songs and compile those in a playlist. I update these weekly starting on Sunday, so make sure that you guys follow my playlist if you want to listen to some jams. And like I said before, the link is down in the description below, but also check out my Twitter since I also post these there too. Otherwise, if you guys liked the video, then please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, then hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And if you guys have any issues with the video, then leave it down in the comments below, or you may have my permission to do a response video / commentary on this video. My name is A363MTR, saying have a wonderful journey through the depths of space and time, but until then, I'm signing out. Oh my god, your face is too close to my purple. Your face is too close to my purple. Your face is too close to my purple. My purple nurples.